is about $400. So this is the total in Canadian dollars, 23,000 Canadian dollars per year, okay? And the American equivalent is about $18,500, okay? Now I know that that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for anybody, and it's a lot of money for Bangladeshis, I know that. On the other hand, in the United States and in the UK, you will not get a world-class bachelor's education that includes room and meals and books for that much money. You won't even get, in the States, you won't even get tuition for that much money at a good college, okay? So I know it's a lot of money, but relatively it's a good deal, okay? Now, we do have some scholarships. Unfortunately, as I explained to you, the deadline passed 2 days ago. We are going to try and help some of you, okay? I make no promises, but there are some of you that we're going to try and help, and I've spoken to you about that, okay? We have jobs on campus. You saw Rafiq, right, at the beginning, Rafiq Islam. He works in the dining hall. We have jobs on campus. In first year, the jobs are labor jobs, like dining hall, library. After first year, you start to qualify for more interesting jobs. For instance, computer science students work for our computing services department on the telephone, solving problems for people who know nothing about computers, okay? Or they go to student rooms and hook up the computers or whatever. If you're in marketing, you can work on the student newspaper. Maybe you help the university with its marketing. If you're in finance, maybe you work in the business office, helping the business office. Or maybe you mark papers for professors. Or maybe if you're in the sciences, maybe you help instruct laboratories for first-year students when you're in third year. So there are some interesting jobs, okay? Okay, so let's just review. Last slide coming up. A long history of education. Only 2,100 students, to be very personal. Class size 15 on average. Only bachelors and only 5 to make sure they're the best in Canada. Undergraduate research. Study in another country as a possibility, as part of your degree. The rankings. Remember, some of you said number 3 was important to your reputation of the university? We do not have a worldwide reputation in Saudi Arabia and China and India. But you can see the studies that rank us in terms of quality at the top, okay? The last thing is we focus on development of the whole person, okay? The result is that 70% of students go on to further study. Most students do not work immediately after Mount Allison. They go do masters or PhD, okay? Or they go to law school or medical school, or they go do education, okay? You may think, will Mount Allison prepare you for a master's or a PhD? The answer is yes. Mount Allison will give you the best opportunities to qualify for masters and PhD. The question is not, is Mount Allison good enough? The question is, are you good enough to take advantage of the opportunities and be the best you can be? That's the real question. If you do that, you will qualify anyway, okay? I went to Mount Allison as a bachelor's student 150 years ago, okay? Not really, but some time ago. And after my bachelor's degree at Mount Allison, I went to Oxford University on scholarship for 3 years. Oxford University in England on full scholarship, okay? I can do it, you can do it.
Excuse me, you studied what?
I studied languages.
Masters?
I did a master's in languages at Oxford, yes. Okay, if you don't want to continue in university, Canada is making it easier and easier after your bachelor's for you to stay in Canada. We now have a 3-year work program. You can apply for a work visa as you're finishing your bachelor's, and you are almost certain to get a work visa. If you get the work visa, which is likely, you are almost certain to qualify for permanent residence and citizenship if you want to. Okay? If you want to come back to Bangladesh, that's just fine. That's wonderful. I think most of our Bangladeshi students stay in Canada and work in Canada and become permanent residents, but you don't have to. But the point is that option's there, okay? All right, you guys have been amazing. I want to thank you, okay? Some of you have been sitting here now for 5 hours, maybe more like 6 hours, okay? I really appreciate that, okay? I really appreciate meeting each of you individually. I wish I had longer to spend with each of you, because Mount Allison is a personal university. And we don't say, come on in, sit down, here's the decision, get out. That's not us. But tonight, I had to do that because we had a lot of people to talk to, you understand, okay? So I'm sorry about that. That's not what we're like, usually. So I really appreciate meeting you. Thank you for setting this up. It's been a very interesting several hours for me, and I'm very glad I came. If you have questions afterwards, I'm happy to talk to you about any questions you have. If you want to go now, that's great. Thanks for coming. And I really hope we'll see some of you at Mount Allison in September.